I've seen things you people wouldn't believe.
All right, welcome back, everyone, to episode 70 of the Best Thing We've Seen podcast. My name is Flo.
And I'm Gabe. How are you?
Okay, man. How you doing?
Pretty much same as usual. Getting more stressed by the week because there's so much to do and so little time in terms of university exams and other stuff. But apart from that, I'm okay. I mean, how are you doing in the university department?
I don't want to think about it.
Oh, okay, perfect.
I mainly have like I don't have exams. Well, I should do those too, but I mainly have like I have to hand in a couple of papers.
Right. Yeah.
And I need to work on that.
I mean, you already got your bachelor's degree, right?
Thank you. Yeah,
it's
sure.
Pretty cool. It's way more than I got. I'm like maybe a quarter through with my bachelor's degree, if anything.
I got a few years on you, so.
Yeah, but you didn't start that much earlier than I did with your degree, did you? Like 2 years earlier, maybe?
I don't know. But you'll get there. You'll get there. Enjoy it. Enjoy the process.
I don't, but thank you.
Oh, sure. Great. How was your week in terms of watching things?
To be honest, quite slow. I watched one thing only.
Oh,
because
wow.
I tried to watch some other things, but I spread myself too thin because I think I can spoil it. I started watching Underground Railroad, but it is so much longer than I expected because it is 10 episodes of at least an hour each.
Sure.
And I just didn't have time. I'm like about halfway through. That's as far as I've gotten.
That's not bad.
That's all right. Yeah, it's all right. But I also tried to watch the Kominsky Method, the third season.
Yeah.
They lost an actor, and I just couldn't watch it because of that.
Okay. Who did they lose?
Which is too bad. Alan Arkin.
Oh, okay. Oh, really?
Yeah. He's not dead or anything. He just quit.
Right. I thought it was just always Douglas and Arkin.
Yeah, apparently he already said during the filming of season 2 this is going to be his last season.
Fair enough.
He wanted to do some other stuff, so they kind of ended on a high note, but it didn't write him out of the show. I'd expect him to die at the end of the show or to move away or something, but he's just gone in the third season.
So, and it's not even like mentioned?
In the first, it just opens with his funeral.
Oh, he did die in the show.
Yeah, which is, I thought it was like a dream or like a joke or something because it just came out of nowhere since he's like one of the protagonists. But
sure. It's like 2.5 Men with Ashton Kutcher, right?
I mean, but that made a bit more sense, right?
No, sure. I mean,
Since
people expected it to.
Yeah.
Right, Charlie Sheen was off winning somewhere.
He had to get to a roast.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
How about you? How was your week in terms of watching?
I'm fascinated. So, I assume I know what you watched.
I think so. I think I mentioned it at the end of our last episode.
Is it a show?
No.
Oh, you haven't watched Loki?
Right. Well, we can talk about, but it's like only one episode.
No, it wasn't going to be my pick.
Right.
But
we can talk about it as well.
So you have watched it.
I have watched the first episode.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I have two things, and one of them is Loki, and it's not going to be my pick because, as you just said, I mean, it's only one episode. So we forgot to do our thing or your thing. You wanted to tell everyone how the show works?
Yeah, if you're new here, welcome. Here we talk about the best thing that we've seen all week. Anything new, anything that came out in the last couple of months, anything from a show to a movie to even a YouTube video. We're a bit all over the place right now, but that's our intro small talk. We hope you enjoyed it. It was titillating for us as well. And
Sorry?
No, right. I mean, if Loki is going to be your honorable as well or something that you watched, I'm excited to hear what you thought of it because I know you were way more excited for this show than I was since you saw the trailer and I didn't.
I think you said that on every Marvel show that we talked about before.
I mean, you're just more of a Marvel guy than I am, right?
I guess. Yeah, I mean, it's difficult to talk. I mean, not a lot has happened, right? It's just the setup, really. It's going to be interesting to see where it goes from now.
Yeah.
But
I have no idea what to expect. I think it seems very unmarvelly. Is that a word? Unmarvelly?
Yeah, now it is. It kind of reminded me of the Adjustment Bureau, which I love.
Yeah, fair enough. I get what you mean, yeah.
Right? They took a book out of that great movie and based the whole show around it. But I mean, I like Owen Wilson. I think he's an interesting casting option.
Yeah,
there.
He's fine.
He's fine, yeah.
Nothing like stood out to me, to be honest. It was all right.
Are you
I'm
a fan
not
of
that
the
into
character?
What?
Are you a fan of Loki in general?
I think I never like got the hype behind Loki. I mean, he's a fine character. He was kind of funny. He was, in terms of antagonists in the Marvel universe, he was like in the top 3.
Yeah.
With Thanos and I don't know who number 3
I was going to say, I was interested in who your third one's going to be there.
That's kind of tough. Maybe Jeff Bridges?
Really?
I don't know. He's like the first one, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's fine. I don't know. I'm not that in love with the character or the humor. I think it's got some interesting scenes behind it, like showing him as DB Cooper. No, what was his name?
Yeah. I think that's right. Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. I don't know how they're gonna like incorporate the whole, how they're gonna end it, and if he's gonna be back in the universe, since he, spoilers, had a bit of a finale. He was gonna had this arc completed. He had this redemption in Endgame, and I don't know how much they can do with the character and how much this is gonna affect the rest of the Marvel universe. Although I guess with Doctor Strange and the whole multiverse thing.
Yeah. I'm sure he's not going
to.
Yeah, I'm sure they're going to bring him back in some way. I don't think it's a spoiler to say that he. I mean, if you're into the whole MCU, you might be right. Yeah, but it was sort of.
I forgot about it, to be honest.
What, his fate in Endgame?
Yeah, I completely forgot about like the whole opening of Endgame.
Great, it's perfect to watch Loki now. But I was surprised that because they obviously started again with the. I mean, in Endgame, he gets the Tesseract and sort of leaves.
Right, yeah.
And that's sort of the cliffhanger. But I was surprised that they didn't, like, because they showed the same scene in the first episode of Loki, but they didn't show Robert Redford delivering the case. And, it's weird. Why didn't they just use the original clip?
Maybe they had to pay him if they showed him again. I don't know.
I guess, yeah. It was interesting.
It's like royalties.
I wonder if they reshot the whole thing without Redford. Or if they just cut around him.
I think they might have just cut around them or just mixed new and old scenes.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, it's a show. I mean, it's only 6 episodes, and I feel like we should be able to talk about it a little bit better once the show is over. But how are you feeling in terms of like excitement? Do you feel like it's going to be better than WandaVision?
I think
you weren't excited for WandaVision either, right?
I was kind of excited for WandaVision. Out of all of the shows that came out so far, I was most excited for WandaVision.
Okay.
Since I really like her character and we have seen her the littlest, There's no movie like revolved around her, and like it did for the other characters. But I don't know. I don't know if I've just had enough, or I just like the whole scope and the storyline doesn't interest me so far. I don't know what's gonna happen. Yeah. I think they can do a lot of interesting things with it, but I'm worried it's gonna be a bit bland, and they just won't use all the opportunities they have with this open-endedness of time and everything.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of with you. I'm not really excited for Loki anymore, but I do want to see where they're going to take it.
Yeah,
yeah, you know what I'm trying to say.
Sure.
But yeah, so far, I mean, it hasn't hooked me yet, but I'm not giving up yet. I'm not giving up hope.
Yeah, there's time.
Where can we watch it?
On Disney Plus. Have I told you about Disney Plus, the new platform?
Music in the background.
The all-American company.
Yeah. How about Bo Burnham? Have you checked him out since we talked about him last week?
No? You sent me a video of his earlier work, sitting in his bedroom with some very good lines, but I love the line. I'm pulling the strings like a tampon thief.
Yeah. Like I'm constipated. Didn't give a shit.
Right. No, but I haven't checked it out yet. I know I gotta, but
I mean, his new special is very different to the video that I sent you. Obviously, that was made like 14 years ago, however long that was.
But it's
and his humor has changed.
My lines of humor.
No, that's what I'm saying. I feel like you would enjoy his earlier work more. His sort of bedroom comedy, him on the piano. It's funny.
Yeah, I saw the preview of Inside, where it just sits on a chair in the middle of the room talking about FaceTiming his mom.
Yeah.
That's not the kind of music that I'm really into, and I just
what do you mean? But
it's a joke.
It's a parody.
I know, but it's just,
you're not supposed to watch it for the good music. Oh,
I know, but it's still this fucking pop music, and I'm like, oh, okay. He talks about FaceTiming his mom, so relatable.
No, but that's he's making fun of it. He's absolutely taking the piss out of it.
Yeah, I don't know. I gotta give it a chance.
You really do. You really do. Yeah. I think the first song could hook you. I feel like, so? Yeah, I think so. Because I think you would appreciate his whole like lighting. Obviously, no, I'm being serious.
Yeah, sure.
It's really remarkable what he's able to achieve on his own in a room. Just playing great music and just obviously doing the whole lighting thing himself and switching lighting effects throughout his songs with just that you see him actually like pressing the remote control to switch it during the song. It's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah.
At some point, I mean, it's the thing of our last couple of months of this whole quarantine thing. And it's so fucking popular right now that I just gotta see what all the fuss is about at this point. Since the ratings are still out of this world.
Yeah. Do you know anyone else like in your circle who has seen this?
I don't know anybody else except for you. Your only friend. No, not so far.
Yeah, because I don't think like he's mainstream in our community. You know what I mean, right? I haven't heard anyone else talk about him yet.
But I don't know that many people in our like circle of friends that are that into stand-up comedy. Except for
I think he
Max.
transcends that. Yeah. And I'm not saying that like he's the genius god who transcends the genre. I'm just saying like he's doing a different thing than just regular stand-up comedy. But again, check him out if you haven't. Right.
So what's the best thing that you've seen all week?
Yeah,
I think I spoiled myself, to be honest.
Sorry?
I went into your mail account to once again check if somebody wrote us back because we asked for the rights of the Solar Opposites trailer.
Yeah.
Still nobody has written back, but I saw something else. I don't know what it is, and I tried.
But why did you check out the scent thing? Because I didn't receive anything back either. You must have checked what I sent out.
No, it was like back because of wasn't it like a reply? Or maybe I checked out when I wrote it, or I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea how I saw it.
Son of a bitch. Mare of Easttown.
That was it.
My pick of the week. Right. Nightmare of Easttown. There's actually a joke in it where someone says to the character named Mare, like, good night, Mare. And then he goes like, oh, fuck, good night, Mare. What am I saying? Mare of Easttown. You've not heard of this?
I don't think so, no.
Kate Winslet in one of her best roles.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. It's another HBO drama, crime drama, which is just the best. The 2021 for me has been just me being blown away by HBO crime dramas. We've had The Undoing. We've had I Know This Much Is True, and now Mare of Easttown. And I hinted at this show like a couple of weeks ago when I mentioned that there was a new HBO show that wasn't available out here now. But now it is available through Amazon. Once again, they keep like releasing the HBO shows over here, which is great news. And Mare of Easttown, once again, we didn't get the trailer in time because HBO is great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. But Kate Winslet starring in a limited miniseries as a local police officer, detective, crime investigator. I never know these titles.
Wow.
One of them.
It's one hell of a business card.
Yeah. Doesn't fit on there. But it's Kate Winslet and sort of in her local community solving small crimes, and then there's actually like a hunt for what seems to be a serial killer / kidnapper, and it's all these girls that are missing. And I mean, I'm always bad with describing plot points, you know that. And I'm always trying
because quite good.
Well, I'm always struggling.
Vague, but
right.
Evoke interest.
I'm thank you, but I'm finding it difficult to sort of know what to mention and what not to mention because I don't want to give anything away. And it would be easy to go like, hey, here's a little clip of the trailer because I'm sure they do a good job of it. But unfortunately, we don't have that this week. But it stars Kate Winslet. You have Guy Pearce. I don't know. I'm trying to evoke interest in you even more now. One actress that you might be excited to hear is Angry Rice. Who, no, I knew that was going to be a reaction, but it's the girl from The Nice Guys.
Ah, yeah, she was cool.
The one that says,
what's her name?
And stuff.
There's
strippers talks about the hookers
and stuff.
No,
honey.
Yeah.
Just say they're strippers. Angry Rice. I'm sorry.
No, it's not angry. It's Anguri or something.
Okay.
Angourie. She plays Kate Winslet's daughter. I think she is Australian. That's why her name is not that familiar to us. I think.
How old is she now in that show? Because when did Nice Guys come out?
16. She was born in 2000. Oh, January 1st, 2001.
Okay, so she's like 18, 19 when this was filmed, right?
I would have. Yeah, she plays. I think she's a senior in high school.
Interesting. Okay, yeah.
And she's 20 now in real life. Yeah. Right. So she's in this, and I was surprised to see that. And Gabe, Julianne Nicholson. Do you remember her?
I do not.
From August Osage County, the one that I raved about, and you were like, yeah, I completely agree. She's cool, the sister. Dude, she's one of the best actresses working today. I can now, that solidifies it. No, but it's one of those like character actors that if you go around the streets of Vienna and you say, who's your favorite actress? Or maybe even, have you heard of Julianne Nicholson? Or even if you show them a picture and ask them, like, do you know that person? I would be stunned if more than, I don't know, 1 out of 10 people knew who he was.
A lot. I mean, even I know who she is, but I keep forgetting her name.
Right. So. Dude, you could put the odds higher. I don't think she's that known, and that's why I'm trying to say, like, she's one of the most underrated actresses working today. And maybe she enjoys not being that well known. I mean, there's a lot of actors like that too. I mean, she
sure.
You know, I can't speak for her, but she's just tremendous in this as well as I mean, dude, if I'm trying to remember all of the relations between all of these characters, I would be like, I'm coming nowhere near. I don't know if she's related to Kate Winslet's character in the show anymore. Maybe I think she's a neighbor, a friend, but her husband is related to Winslet in some way. I don't know. It's not important at all. Jean Smart is in this too, who was in Watchmen.
In the show or the movie?
In the show. I loved her in the show. That's why more of a recency thing for me. But I think she might have also been in the movie. Is that completely wrong? Me
it's
just spouting out facts. Yeah, I have no idea, dude.
I still gotta watch the show. I mean, supposedly fantastic, but
no, she's not in the movie, but she plays a character who's in the movie. Just the older version. That's right. I think she's the old version of what's her name? Malin Ackerman's character. I'm just
you lost me. What?
yeah. I think it's something like that. Don't quote me on it. Right. Should I just go through the cast even more? That's all I can talk about. No, I'm
Hubert Green.
The last one. The guy who was also in the guy we talked about him on the podcast. I don't remember why, but the guy who plays Pam's boyfriend in the first season of The Office.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the warehouse guy,
right? David Denman. He was in Greenland. He was the guy who abducts the child.
Right. Yeah.
On the border thing where they.
Right. I think we talked about it when we
did.
Talked about Greenland. Yeah.
Yeah. and he was also in Mare of Easttown as Kate Winslet's ex-husband. And now, the one I forgot, Evan Peters. That rings a bell?
The name, but he's like a young actor, right? He's
Yeah, he was Quicksilver in WandaVision.
Right.
Who plays him in the X-Men movies.
Right, yeah.
Right?
Is he not also in American Nightmares?
American Horror Story. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he is. And he plays the the generic crime detective that has to come from a different county to help out Kate Winslet character. You know, like, we need someone else
Classic,
who has been the guy. And she's like, no, we don't need his help. And then they meet, and she's just like, she completely neglects him for the first couple of, I don't know, minutes or episodes. And then obviously they form a bond over the show.
Is that not every freaking crime drama? I mean, it was also in like Unbelievable. It was in in what's it called, with Matthew McConaughey and True Detective. It was in Memories of Murder by Bong Joon-ho. Every fucking where. It's such a cliche, but it works every time.
It does, yeah. And I was very happy to see Evan Peters in this. I mean, I haven't seen him in much other than the superhero movies, but American Animals. I almost recently rewatched that movie because I think it is on Prime or Netflix.
Prime, yeah.
Yeah, check that movie out if you haven't. That's a brilliant movie directed by Bart Layton, I think. Great director who also did we talk about this on the podcast? I'm not sure.
American Animals. I think I once mentioned that I finally saw it.
I don't think that was on the podcast. I think that was just between us. Yeah,
maybe.
He directed American Animals, Bart Layton, and a documentary which is called. I'm stalling because I'm trying to remember the name. Help me. Do you know it?
No idea, dude. No idea.
Oh god.
What's like the topic?
Well, a guy, just a guy. They find like their long lost son, and he gets reunited with his family. The Imposter is what it's called. I don't want to actually talk about this too much because the less you know, the better. It's a brilliant documentary too. Anyway, American Animals. Back to Evan Peters. Back to Mare of Easttown. It's a great show. It's a great show, and obviously, the one storyline is the guy who kidnaps the kids, the girls, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's also like a murder of someone who dies at the end of the first episode. So it's really about sort of figuring out if these crimes were connected or not, and who did them. You know.
But do you know who like the killer is? And do you see like both perspectives working against each other?
No.
So each other. Jesus Christ, I can't talk. Okay, so it's just the detectives trying to figure out this mystery. Okay,
you have no idea who it is until the very end. Basically,
That's cool.
It is cool, but without going into spoilers, I did not like the reveal of the last episode, and that's staying very vague. It was okay, but I was hoping for more, and it did something in crime shows that I really, really hate. And I'm not going to go into what that is because that would give it away.
Interesting. I mean, how many episodes are there?
It's only 7 episodes. 7 1-hour episodes.
Oh, that's long. When did you start this?
It came a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah. No, for sure. But nevertheless, I think this is great. And especially if you're like me and you love these... I'm not a big fan of crime shows that like go like 17 seasons.
Yeah.
But like recently the what was it called? The Innocent, the Spanish Netflix thing, The Undoing. I Know This Much Is True, and now Mare of Easttown. It's a limited series. It's like Sharp Objects. It's like Big Little Lies. You know, it's got a beginning and an end within like reasonable time. Reasonable time, and I find them just so enjoyable and so watchable. And HBO really always brings out great things.
Dude, they're fucking quality.
Yeah. And I actually, it's directed by Craig Zobel, the whole thing.
No idea.
Who, no, I didn't know his name either, but he directed like Compliance, which is a nice little hidden gem if you haven't seen that. And he recently did The Hunt, which is not the Mads Mikkelsen one, but a movie that I haven't seen that was very polarizing from what I heard last year when it came out. The Hilary Swank horror thriller action thing. Do you remember that movie?
No idea, no. Dude, you're throwing out so many names and things.
I know.
That
I'm confusing
I can't keep
myself.
Up.
I'm confusing myself. Kate Winslet is the star of Mare of Easttown. That's all you need to know.
Titanic.
Yeah. No, she's really tremendous in this. Like, honestly, I throw that out too. I know a lot of times I know that, but I have seen a lot of her work, and I'm a big fan of hers, and she's really, really outstanding in Mare of Easttown.
I mean, it sounds cool.
Yeah.
I love the little crime dramas that you throw out because it's something that I love as well. Like you said, also like more the miniseries, like I don't know, True Detective, and not like CSI or whatever that goes on for I don't know how many seasons. Yeah, I never really like keep up with HBO things, although I always love them.
Yeah, you really should. They're really remarkable. And I mean, something that I forgot to mention, or I haven't mentioned yet, because last week we actually talked about Palm Springs.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out it is already available for us on Amazon, but it's like $15.
$15, yeah.
Yeah, so all of these... Yeah.
I might watch the next couple of weeks, then we can talk about it when you've seen it as well. We've both seen.
Just figured out where your pick is going to be. I literally just had an epiphany. Yeah. No, I'm slow today. I am slow today.
It's okay.
But check out... Amazon has some... unfortunately, for the really good things, you might have to pay.
Mm-hmm.
with every service that you consume.
Yeah, HBO is always especially expensive. I have to like their shows on Amazon when you can buy them. They're like $20 or more, 30. I mean, it's a whole season, but still.
Yeah, no, it is. To quote a great president, sad. So, what's your pick of the week?
It could be any fucking president.
I mean, it's okay. Yeah, sure.
Sorry, but one little thing that might be a bit off topic that I just remembered when you talked about HBO. HBO Max wasn't it set to stream certain movies simultaneously to their theatrical releases, like Dune, right?
Well, they changed that, haven't they?
Yeah, I want to ask you about, because you might know more about this, because Warner Bros. Was just recently bought up by Amazon, which kind of sucks in its own right. But doesn't Warner Bros. Make Dune? So wouldn't they now become an Amazon thing?
Dude, I haven't talked to my insiders yet. I have no idea. No, I think they scraped the idea of releasing Dune on HBO Max simultaneously, which wouldn't have applied to us anyway because we don't have HBO Max. But I'm not sure if they when they're doing it now. Maybe like a month after the release or a couple of weeks. I'm not sure.
Right.
But I don't know much about it now. I've looked up some of the cinematic releases here, and I think we talked about Promising Young Woman coming out next week. It's now delayed till the end of August. So
nice.
Yeah, who the fuck knows what's going to happen? I think June is September-ish, right?
October, I think, but I could be wrong.
I don't know. But because we haven't gotten to your pick yet, one last thing I'll say about Mare of Easttown is it's set in Pennsylvania, and there was a nice little behind the scenes thing that I saw after I finished it, and they talked about sort of really staying true to the dialect, and they did a great job. Not that I know the original dialect, so to compare it, but you could see that Winslet was totally adamant to really perform it well, and she worked with the dialect coach the whole way through, and it's the little things like how they pronounce the O's and stuff, and it was really, really believable when I watched it. I didn't think about it twice when I watched it.
Yeah, that's so cool. I think we talked about this before, but that's just why the original dubbing
for sure
is just so much better, because just so much work goes into that.
Yeah, 100%. So Mare of Easttown, great cast. Julianne Nicholson is quickly becoming she's quickly becoming one of my favorite actresses. And Kate Winslet's great as always, and everyone else is too. So check it out. Mare of Easttown.
Dude, I love your picks. They're never what I expect them to be.
Yeah. I have figured out your pick though.
My pick, I talked about it last week, is Raya. I finally watched it. It came out on June 4th after being held up with their premiere access bullshittery.
Sure.
And yeah, it's out. It's the new Disney princess film. It's technically been out since March, but I didn't want to spring, I don't know, $20 or something like that.
Yeah.
which is crazy. Come on.
What's the full name? Sorry, Raya and the
Raya and the
Dragon?
Last Dragon. Right. Since the plot revolves around, of course, a princess or
Of course. I mean, it's a gay pick.
the daughter of a tribe leader in a world where the world was overrun by like demon things turning everybody into stone, but then the dragons saved everybody, and in the process all turned to stone themselves, and they saved the world, but now they're gone, and the world is, the country or whatever is split into, I think, 5 factions, and she, of course, being the daughter of one of them. And yeah, in pretty much the opening, the unthinkable happens, and the demons come back, and she then has to save everybody and reawaken the dragons and save the kingdom, and maybe try to unite them again. And it is a fine film. It is okay.
It didn't blow you away?
It wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. I don't know. The first half an hour was quite tough to watch because it's pretty much just exposition. It's like, this is like the history of our people. This is what's going on. This is what could be happening. And just explaining, this is this artifact and this is this artifact, and just explaining everything for you. And it's just so tedious because you're just waiting for the story to finally begin,
Right.
And once it does, it becomes way more enjoyable.
Gotcha.
And I mean, I can say that much. Quite early on, she then finally, of course, finds a dragon, the last dragon.
Spoiler.
The dragon's name. Yeah. It's on the cover.
Yeah.
And that dragon is voiced by Awkwafina. We talked about her before, and I really like her. She's a great actress. I haven't listened to any of her music because I think she was a musician before, right?
I think so too, yes.
But she's done some cool things, especially The Farewell, which is a movie that I loved so much. And she's definitely the highlight of this movie. She's very much the comedic comedic relief. Thank you so much. I mean, she's on all the time. She's like very high energy in this movie, just pumping out joke of a joke of a joke, and like 50% hit, 50% miss, which is all right.
Yeah.
But before I go on any further, I think we have a clip since it's Disney. We can show something.
Yes, I think so.
So here's a trailer for Raya and the Last Dragon.
Let's catch you up. My name is Raya. Our lands have been at war for as long as we can remember. Our people never see eye to eye.
My daughter, I believe our people can come together again. But someone has to take the first step.
Now, in order to restore peace, we must find the last dragon.
I wish to join this fellowship of butt kickery.
Let's go. We'll have to watch our backs. We're not the only ones looking. 6 years of searching. Please let this be it. Oh, mighty Sisu!
Who said that?
We really need your help.
I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not like the best dragon. Have you ever done like a group project, but there's like that one kid who didn't pitch in as much, but still ended up with the same grade?
We're doomed.
Right. I haven't listened to this trailer. I expect it to be emotional, beautiful, funny, thoughtful.
How's the music in this? Is it like epic and with a lot of strings?
It's epic. It's nice. The thing is, other than most, than pretty much all other princess movies, except for what is called Meridia, there are no songs being sung by the characters.
What's that movie? Sorry?
Meridia.
Meridia?
Meridia.
It's I have no idea what, right? I'm not taking the piss. I have no idea what this is.
Brave. I think it's called Brave or Meridia. I don't know which one is the English title and which one is the German title. I think the German title is Brave and the original is Meridia, which is like the Scottish set movie done by Pixar, the only princess film done by Pixar.
I believe it's the other way around. I think it is. Yeah, it's...
Maybe.
Yeah, it is. Because Brave rings a bell, and that's... I'm looking it up right now. You're right. The German title is Merida.
Okay, Meridia. Yeah. Yeah, and she doesn't sing at all, which I didn't even realize until the movie was over.
Interesting fact. You didn't realize that no one sang when you...
I forgot. It's like a staple of all Disney films.
Right.
But like comparing it to one of the latest Disney princess movies, which is probably one of my favorites, which is Moana.
Yeah.
The animation, of course, it's gotten bigger and better and so fucking realistic. Like the water and like the background, mind blowing. You know, they're moving so fast and how well they can animate.
It's insane, yeah.
But it might be too good because so many things, especially in the background, look fucking good and kind of realistic now, which kind of takes away from like the cartoonish and more simple and more vibrant animation style, you know, which is might be going a bit too far, you know.
I know what you're saying, yeah.
Better, especially in Moana, you just get the ocean and then there's this one scene where, you know, these weird ball-like creatures with masks come with like weird like paintings and feathers stuck in their helmets or whatever. And they're just so colorful and vibrant, and it's just so fun to look at, that whole scene, that whole fight sequence. And here it's beautiful and kind of serene, how the landscape is animated, and the water and like the snowy parts, and they move to the desert. They change locations a lot.
Right.
Since she has to travel through all kingdoms and do various things. And they're designed quite cool. Every like biome has its own very unique design, all kind of inspired by like Southeast Asian culture.
Right.
And also some cool fight scenes in there, which I hope they would be like they would stay on them a bit longer, but they had some quite fast-paced cuts in there, which was quite unnecessary because you do that in like live action movies because you can't show somebody get hit because they don't actually touch each other while they do this.
Right.
So they kind of edit it quite fast, so it brings the illusion of somebody actually fighting. And they don't have that problem with animation, right? So I think it would have been cooler if they stayed on them a bit longer, like they do in some Korean movies like Old Boy.
Yeah.
I think that would have been cooler.
It doesn't really make sense if they have to, yeah. I know what you're saying, yeah.
I think it's just to make it more exciting, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not as bad as like Born, which is, I think, like the perfect example of
How dare you?
editing too fast. You can't see anything of what's like going on.
Well, it's the editing and the camera sort of like shaking the shit out of it. Yeah.
Like somebody with Parkinson.
Yep.
Was it insensitive?
I love how you said that. I'm not going to answer that because I'm just going to get in trouble as well.
Let's just cut this out.
Yeah. No.
No, I won't. But no, it's a sweet film, and it's like on a journey she picks up multiple friends helping her along, and it's Disney. It's sweet, and it's a family movie, and it's a feel good movie, and in that aspect, it hits every note.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't as exciting as I wanted it to be, and I don't know. Gotcha. I don't know what I want to see. Just more, I guess. Just more of this world. Just exploring it more, than instead of just blurting everything out and explaining everything to you in like 20 minutes.
Right.
But then again, it's a kids' movie, so
yeah. I would just have this thing in my head right now since you said it's insensitive, because I keep wanting to push Bo Burnham's to do a special because I have the song stuck in my head. There's this one little great clip or line where he sings like I'm a problematic child or I'm a problematic person, and he goes like, as a kid I dressed up as Aladdin, and then he goes like, I didn't brown my face, but still it feels insensitive now. And then like 5 minutes later in the song he goes like, oh shit, I just remembered that Aladdin costume in my mother's attic, and then what should I do with it? Should I burn it? Or no, is that bad? Oh, no, I'm sorry, I don't know what to do. Anyway, Kelly Marie Tran, obviously voicing Raya.
The actors. I mean, there are a lot of big actors in there in smaller roles. Also, like Benedict Wong and Sandra Oh.
Yeah.
I think Alan Tudyk is even in there.
Of course, he's in everything animated.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. As Tuk Tuk.
Yeah, right. Like the animal companion, because there's always got to be at least one in Disney movies.
Yeah. No, I'm excited to see Kelly Marie Tran in something other than Star Wars because of all the backlash that happened to her.
Right.
Nice.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's really sucked. It was such fucking toxic
That was
behavior.
insensitive shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Christ. Yeah. That's like one reason I would never like want to be that exposed. I think it just kind of ruins your life. If
for sure.
it goes badly.
For sure.
Yeah. But she did a good job. I think the voice acting was on point as always.
Yeah, I liked her in Star Wars too.
I wasn't a huge fan of her role. I wasn't.
fair
wasn't like
enough.
because of her acting, but just her character. And I mean, I didn't like the whole movie and the whole pacing of the whole fucking side story was just thrown in there. I mean, saying that, I just bought all 9 Star Wars movie in a big old collection for too much money.
Oh, I mean, see, I'm always at the dilemma of buying these box sets because there's always going to be more.
Yeah, but like the Skywalker saga is now finished.
Fair enough, dude. I completely understand. I'm tempted to buy the whole MCU thing because it is obviously also at an end.
Yeah,
that's
I would do that.
No, I already have all of the Blu-rays, but there's like a huge like collection. But that is like so expensive. I was never really contemplating buying it.
Yeah, I would love to buy them as well, but they're like 23 films, right? 22?
Yeah, 23. I think 23.
Which is like, if you buy it like $10 a piece, or in those box sets, it's like maybe 200 euros, let's say. Still a lot of money. Still a lot of fucking money.
Yeah, I think it's even more, that whole box set. When it first came out, I think it was like $400.
Right, because then they slap on another like $100 because it's a collector's edition and
right.
What else?
No, it's ridiculous money. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a cool film. And talking about animated movies and new things coming out, I think in 1 or 2 weeks we can see the new Pixar movie, Luca.
Yeah. Oh,
which
it's supposed to be great.
Not going to be premiere access, I think. Pixar doesn't do that, which is great.
Yeah.
Because
it's supposed
Soul
to be
wasn't
great.
either, right?
No, it wasn't. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
But speaking of Raya and the Last Dragon, and obviously you're a Princess fan, Gabe. How would you where would you rank this in obviously you mentioned Moana, but where would you rank this in your Princess catalog of films?
I mean, I know.
You keep a list.
I don't. I mean, I've forgotten about a lot of them. There are a couple that I just love, like The Last Mermaid, Moana, and Tangled, for example. The newer ones. I would put it somewhere in the middle.
Okay.
It's not great. It's not bad. I think maybe I hyped it up a bit too much. It's got some great scenes, but it just doesn't hold up to some of the other characters, and they were a bit more forgettable, I think, compared to The Little Mermaid, for example. I mean, that's like the ultimate classic, right?
Sure,
it's like the epitome of princess movies. And
well, on all the Miyazaki ones, right?
But those are not like princess movies, right?
Don't you? I thought you aren't they? You're more familiar with them than I am.
Well, I just
Princess Mononoke.
I only consider like in the princess character like the Disney princess movies, you know. But if we talk about like princess movies and like all of them, I guess Princess Mononoke would be the highest one. But Studio Ghibli only has like one princess, right? Sorry, 2, with Castle in the Sky, the Princess of Laputa, which
it always sounds so wrong, doesn't that?
Yeah, Miyazaki didn't realize
the pig,
the whore, I think. Yeah.
You mentioned this before.
Yeah. They changed it in the Spanish version, I think. For obvious reasons.
Yeah.
I mean, Miyazaki is the king.
No, I know, yeah. I just thought that you would associate him with princess movies, but I guess not.
Not really. I mean, it's not a fair competition.
Fair enough.
Because he's a fucking god.
Fair enough.
But yeah. And also, I want to see the short film that played before Raya, but I didn't. I forgot about that. Otherwise, I would have had another honorable, or maybe even another pick. Who knows? Yeah.
Yeah. No, what was the best short I remember was the one with was it Bao or something like that?
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah,
I think Inner Workings was also pretty good.
Inner Workings was pretty good too. Yeah,
before Moana, I think.
Yeah, it was before Moana. Yeah.
When was Bao?
I don't know. Was it Incredibles 2?
That could be. Yeah, and we had like The Island or whatever it was called before.
Lava.
Inside Out. Lava. Yeah, Inside Out.
Right.
Also a cool experience.
Yeah, I think we're probably mixing these things up right now. I'm not sure if Bao was before Incredibles 2, maybe.
I don't know what other Pixar movies came out in that time.
Yeah. I don't know.
Anyway.
Are we done? I think we're done.
I think so. Yeah, we've talked for a long time.
We're right on schedule, I would think.
Perfect.
45 minutes on the recording. Who knows where we are in the episode, though? Because obviously trailers, and we're cutting vast parts of our dialogue.
I think we never cut that much, right?
No. Just
It's
kidding.
only like little sounds.
Yeah. And you cut those out right now too, right? So they have no idea what you just said.
Cut out all the silence. I mean, silence can be cut out as well if
Yeah.
we pause for like half a minute.
Yeah.
Which we do sometimes.
I thought you were gonna leave a
Lifting
pause
stuff.
there. I thought you were gonna leave a pause there. If we do for you know.
Goodbye.
Anyway, yeah. That's it. Thanks for listening. Episode 70, another round number,
Yeah.
which is we're getting closer to that 100. I think yeah.
Yeah. I mean, after our last episode, a friend of ours even wrote me. She never thought she would hear salad fingers and made me moist in the same sentence or something like that. It's a special one.
Yeah. Did she
Check
enjoy
that
it?
I think
Or
so.
was it a critique? Yeah.
Dude, I received two messages last week about our podcast. I felt quite famous.
Yeah. What was the other one?
A colleague of mine that I mentioned once or twice now that was a fan of the Mitchells and the Machines.
Good man.
Not a man, but
Good one.
but yeah, mentioned that my impressions were quite different, but still enjoyed my opinion. So thank you
On what now?
on Mitchells and the Machines, because I was quite tough on that movie, I think.
Oh, so she had listened to that episode only just now. It was not like about the last episode, because you said you got it recently. She sent you a message recently.
The person, I think she missed a couple of episodes and now is getting back into it
Gotcha.
and enjoying them so far. So
Great.
said they're a fan. So
Great.
woo!
Yeah, thanks.
Thank
Great.
you.
We also have someone from the Philippines who has been listening to a couple of our episodes. I
Really?
mean, that could be someone with a VPN.
Right.
It's very possible. But if not,
there's-
then
yeah.
shout out
Hi.
to you.
Cool. Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
Yeah. What's the Philippines greeting?
I don't know. I think
Is
they speak a lot of
Philippines even a word?
Spanish. I think they speak a lot of Spanish there.
Puta.
I could be wrong. I'm sorry. Jesus. And that person. It was so nice to have
It was
you.
nice having you. No, I'm just
no.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
I
Thanks
talked
for
about the
listening, yeah.
Philippines recently. It's supposed to be great to dive there. Like, very
Oh,
beautiful country, apparently.
In what context did you talk about them?
With my hairdresser. No, is hairdresser the right word? I got my hair
It
cut.
sounds very. Did you get a new trim or something? I don't know.
A basic fucking haircut.
A barber?
Is it a barber? Isn't a barber only when they also like cut your beard?
I don't think so. I would say I'm going to the barbers. I'm not going to the hairdresser. But hey, I'm not sure.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Riveting.
It's not our first language, so
Yeah.
forgive us.
That's it.
Stop it.
Shout out to all of you who are listening to this nonsense, and we appreciate it. And thanks for all the feedback. And we hope you enjoyed this week's episode. I can highly recommend Mare of Easttown, and Gabe can vaguely recommend.
It's good. It's good. My expectations were too high, but it's still amazing in a way.
Right.
Kinda.
Vaguely
All right.
recommend. That's not even a fucking word. All right. I'll leave it up. Please, you wrap this up.
Thank you so much for listening to us, to our ramblings and vague recommendations. You can listen to us on any podcast platforms, be it Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, etc. Check us out at Best Thing Radio on Twitter and Instagram. You can check out our cover art that Flo designs every week on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. Thank you so much for listening to us. Consider dropping a like, a subscribe, or we hope you got some recommendations from us or just enjoyed our opinions, talking about things we have no idea about.
I think that describes the podcast pretty well. Yeah.
I think, this has to be said. We have no idea what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Don't pay any attention to
I'm
our
surprised
opinions.
if something's actually true that we're saying,
Like
look
what?
it up afterwards. Oh, it was actually Kate Winslet who was in Mare of Easttown. I'm proud of myself.
I actually noticed that we made it a mistake, and then I forgot to mention it. Loki's end is not an Endgame, but Infinity War. Right?
You're so fucking right. And but in Endgame, it's obviously the Tesseract thing. Right. That's what I was. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's one big movie.
Yeah.
It's one big movie.
Let's end with a corrected mistake. Thank you so much for listening. It's been a blast. We hope to entertain you or bore you or whatever next week. Bye-bye.
It's the best slogan of the show. We hope to bore you again next week. See you again.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.